Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the FnG Show.
Over a glass of wine.
Yes. Today we're going to be talking about our critical race theory, black historical fact, not fiction. Okay, what we have today is the infamous and tragic story of the terrorist attack on Black Wall Street.
I always got to ask stuff. Terrorist.
It was a terrorist attack. That's what it was. In Greenwood, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma, in 1906 to 1921, it was a thriving black community. Shops, banks, black-owned businesses, lots of good stuff. Black people minding their business. Here's the tragedy of what happened. It was one of the most successful black economies in American history, and probably never have been since, another one since. O.W. Gurley, a wealthy African-American from Arkansas, moved to Tulsa, purchased over 40 acres of land.
Which really is supposed to be 40 acres in the mule free anyway.
Well, yeah, but we never got it. And sold the other African-Americans in 1906. During oil boom of the 1910s, area of northeast Oklahoma and around Tulsa flourished. So the community flourished. The Tulsa race riot of 1921, it was a 2-day massacre. Massacre terrorist attack of hundreds of black residents started by a white mob. Sounds familiar. January 6, 2021, the racist terrorist attack on the Capitol.
Frank always got to ask.
Oh, does that sound familiar? It was a mob. It's the same mob that attacked the Capitol. It was the same thing. So it happened it happened back in 1906, and then we come up today. It happens again in 1921, and then on January 6th. So over 800 people were admitted to area hospitals.
The race thing was in 21.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, the riot happened in 21.
And it's 2021 now.
Oh, that is weird, isn't it? That is weird.
Another conspiracy theorist.
Oh, wow. The race riot of 1921 and the race riot terrorist attack mob in 2021. Wow. That's what, 100 years later?
Which had Frank not able to go to work.
I couldn't go to work. I couldn't go to work. I was completely discombobulated, ladies and gentlemen. I was in shock and horror and terror.
And in Alabama. Nowhere near DC, but go ahead, Noah.
Yeah, okay. Over 800 people admitted to area hospitals. Estimated 10,000 homeless. 35 city blocks housing 1,256 residents destroyed, and 600 successful businesses lost. This was what you would call United Nations. Everyone in this that participated in this should have been prosecuted by the United Nations Crimes Against Humanity. That's what should have happened, but it didn't. It was buried. The community mobilized its resources and rebuilt the Greenwood area within 5 years of the race riot, in spite of the political efforts to prevent reconstruction. But I can tell you that area of Greenwood has never recovered to the place it used to be in 1921. And today, people are still trying to get the money that they was destroyed. They're still trying to get the money. Still trying to get paid back for the destruction, and nothing hasn't happened yet. So this is a sad story. What do you say about it?
Well, I'll just say this, man. You can ask a lot of your white, black, brown, whatever color you want to put in there, Asians, whoever, the Native Americans, all of them. You can ask all of them about Tulsa, and half of them would tell you that they didn't really know anything about it until as of maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm just saying 10 years ago. Could have been 5.
Could have been 5.
We in 2021, and all these years went by. It's not in none of the history books. No one really knew about what happened. But when I did some research on it, they do have pictures
Oh yes.
of burnt bodies in the street,
Mm-hmm.
everything that happened. And you if you ask why it happened, you can research for a little bit for yourself. But basically, it's the typical story of a white woman coming into the presence of a black man, and she leaves or screams to do something, and blames the black man for doing more than he actually did or whatever. And of course, it'd be the same thing if it was the other way around. If somebody came to us, if somebody,
Same thing that they did to Emmett Till.
yeah, if they would have came to us and said, "Hey, man, that guy over there," regardless of what color it was, we probably would retaliate as well. But in this instance, they went buck wild, burned down everything. And one thing that stood out about this with Black Wall Street, if you do research and the research I've done on it, there wasn't much talk on even the celebrities and the sports people and all that stuff, entertainers. They will buy stuff in New York City and things like that. Tulsa, Oklahoma, you didn't hear anything about NBA money, NFL money. These were doctors and lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
They had their own planes. They fly pilots.
They were. Yeah, that's why it's called Black Wall Street.
Business
They were
owners. It wasn't just entertainers.
No,
Entertainment money.
it was experts. It was
that's what's
wealth.
missing. That's what's missing today. We're far and few in between nowadays. So we need to get that entrepreneurship up, get it together.
Yes.
It may not have to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but it could be anywhere in these United States to build it back up, build our land up.
But we got to remember, every time in history, there have been incidents like this, or more than once in history, where African Americans have built wealth and stayed to themselves and try to be what they were supposed to be. Somebody makes an accusation, and here comes the white mob trying to burn down the town, the city, the mall, whatever it is that they built up. So in the future, when African Americans do build things like this and have their wealth and their towns and their cities and all that, then y'all need to have some protection. And you need to protect yourself. These people were not protected. They couldn't protect themselves. They didn't have weapons. They were sitting ducks. So the wise thing to do in the future is make sure you have protection. So when the mob comes, you can take care of business.
Well, it's a good way to end it right there because we now know.
We now know.
And now you know.
And now you know.
And we always say fact check this and go ahead and research for yourself and come back with us. Comment or however you want to comment.
Yes.
But it was done.
It was done.
And once it's done, it's out there, it's written, it's been said, it's been done.
It may not be in the regular history books, but it's still in the books somewhere.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the FnG Show.
Over a glass of wine.